I don't remember what I was saying. I was talking just what were we saying? The idea that we were able to witness 0-3 to the Yankees, and then the World Series was basically an afterthought. If they had lost it would have been completely different. It would have been a completely different story. But the fact that they swept them, it's like it's not forgotten, but it's completely second story to the comeback against the Yankees. Go ahead.
0-3 was our first heartbreak with the Sox. Like we were, 86, we were babies. We don't remember shit. So 0-3 was the first like heartbreak.
Sick save, Bill.
Aaron fucking Boone.
Boone was our Bucky fucking Dent.
And I remember vividly Wakefield with his head down walking off the field as that fucking cunt is running around the bases. Thankfully, they lost the World Series to the Marlins. Thank you, Josh Beckett. But, like, that was our first heartbreak. To see him win in, 0-4, after beating the Yankees, dude, that World Series was just so anticlimactic. Because outside of Game 1, you scored first in all 4 games. Outside of Game 1, you never were behind.
No, never. I remember Game 7, 2003.
Right. I was so pissed. I was already pissed. I told you Grady fucking Little in Game 7. Grady fucking Little in Game 7.
Boston Villains.
Yeah.
Boston
was my
Villains.
number one pick on a non-recorded podcast.
Yes, it was.
That's how. Well, so imagine how pissed I was when Aaron Boone hits a home run after that.
Look, I think that was a good coaches debate. I think we've exhausted the coaches Mount Rushmore. Obviously, we've touched on the facts the Celtics could have their own 4, but I think we did a good job hashing out the top leaders of our coaching echelon in Boston sports. The tough one is next. The Mount Rushmore of Boston athletes. Boston athletes. You guys are shaking your head like it's not going to be tough. You're very, very confident in your picks, and that's all fine. Let's start with the easy one, same as Belichick. We all know. We know he's dead to you, Bill. Let's get off the shtick for just a second, just one night, just one segment. Let's get off the dead to me segment here.
Yeah, he's not dead to me for this segment because he's a consensual number.
Tom Brady is on. He could be on his own Mount Rushmore. 4 different hairstyles. He could have his own fucking mountain.
2 different careers.
And they're all good hairstyles.
Think about that. 2 different halves of his careers. He could have his own Mount Rushmore from 01 to 10.
Yeah.
Or post the ACL, pre-ACL.
Yeah. We could get into it, and in fact, we have. Stay tuned for our Brady Boner Hour that will be released shortly after this. It's coming up, folks. You're not going to want to miss that. So I don't know if we need to go digging too far into to Brady's statistics and accolades and what he's meant to this town, region, city, franchise, sports in general. Tom Brady's the GOAT of all GOATs. So he's unanimous. The next 3 are interesting.
Yes, sir.
Raymond?
What do we want to do? Basketball? Baseball?
Well, look, again.
Who would be your number 2?
Again, you
Larry Bird.
Simpleton.
Larry Bird. Larry Bird would be my number 2.
Larry Bird.
Why? Larry Legend. Why?
Yeah.
What
this
he did
is a fucking debate, you idiot. Why?
Give us some accolades.
Give us some.
Hold on, no, Ray, you
Ray,
fucking clown. No,
day.
actually, Raymond. Actually,
moron.
as a matter of fact, when we just asked you a question, I just want you to say one word and then nothing else. No,
then go back to
don't
the people
pass
that
it on
know
to
what
anything
they're
else. Just go ahead with whatever comes to mind. Whatever's not going to make you stress out. Whatever's not going to make you sweat over your simpleton fucking brain coming out of your eyes. Go for it. So, okay, Larry Bird. Is that all you got?
No.
Go on!
Then fucking answer!
Three-time NBA champion, led the Celtics.
Are you reading right now? Are you
No, I'm
reading?
not reading.
this?
I'm just saying. Three-time NBA champion. He did a lot for Boston. He was the icon
Oh,
of the
did he,
city.
Ray?
Oh,
Did
what did he do, Ray?
Oh,
What did he fucking do?
What did he do, Ray?
Yep. Bill, what you got?
Tell me more. Tell me more about Larry Bird, Ray.
Yeah, explain.
He's the icon of this city. Boston. He's the icon of Boston. Are you serious, Bill?
Icon?
Are you serious?
Hey, can you Urban Dictionary what icon means? We're just on the same page here.
Before Brady, he wasn't the icon of this city.
I'll give you he was the icon of the city.
I'll give you that. Okay, but is
Before
he number
Brady.
2? Is he number 2 on the Mount Rushmore list? Absolutely not.
Okay.
Who's number 2, Bill?
Give me Bill Russell. 11-time NBA champion as a player coach. 5-time MVP, 12-time All-Star, 3-time first team All-NBA.
But as Rich said, he played against guys that were our height.
Don't fucking talk for me, Ray. Do
right.
not
don't
speak
put
for
fucking
me.
words in Rich's
Do
mouth,
not
you fucking
fucking
idiot.
speak for me.
Jesus Christ.
Did I ask you to defend me, Raymond?
Right.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Nope. Yep.
Dude, player coach in the NBA. 11 NBA championships. Number 2 on the list for me.
Good pick, Bill. My number 2 on the list, Larry Bird.
Oh!
Suck it, Bill.
All right. Good.
You know why? Because he's the icon of the city.
I'm glad.
Thank you.
Come on. Fucking Bill. First of all, Ray, shut the fuck up. I didn't ask you for my goddamn defense, okay? But Bill
don't talk this whole
Russell
segment.
was playing against guys your size, you fat fuck.
I know. That's been my take the whole time. But dude,
Well, then why'd you put him on the fucking mountain?
Just the numbers alone. 11 NBA championships, bro. Come on.
Oh, come on with the
It's the same-
11
all right,
NBA
hold on.
championships.
It's the same fucking thing about Red Auerbach.
Larry
then.
Bird.
It's the same thing about fucking Red Auerbach. Am I right?
No.
Why?
You're not.
Why? It's the same thing, right? Ray,
No.
shut the fuck up.
No, you're not. You're not right. Larry Bird beat the likes of Magic Johnson. Larry Bird beat the likes of Dominique Wilkins, Isaiah Thomas. Larry Bird beat Michael Jordan. Who did Bill Russell beat?
Wilt Chamberlain.
How many times did he even
Jerry
meet Will
West,
Chamberlain?
Elgin
How many times
Baylor,
did he
right?
actually
No, Elgin
even
Baylor came
meet
late.
them in the championship?
Couple
was-
times.
He was beating like
I get it. But
fucking
you still
Akron,
saying
Ohio
11 titles.
Cowboys. Like, get out of here with that.
Okay.
Look, I'm not trying to shit
you
down.
got it. All right. So our list is Larry Bird because it's 2-1.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Cool.
Ray, you got anything else on that?
Fuck you, Ray.
You said everything I wanted to say, Rich. Thank you.
Anytime you need me to speak for you, Ray, just let me know.
Thanks.
All
Rich.
right. Who? So, okay. So again, this doesn't need to be all sports. This could be anything. Bill, you could pitch to have Russell being your third guy in the list right now if you wanted to, or we could move down the line. There's a lot of contenders here. We didn't even talk about Paul Pierce, but I don't think he holds a candle to the likes of Russell and Bird, right? So, Bill.
No. Bobby
Bill.
Orr. I'm going Bobby Orr here. Bobby Orr is going to go down as the greatest defenseman that has ever played this game of hockey. 2-time Stanley Cup. I think he's won 8 Norris trophies in 10 years. He's the most Norris trophy winner all time. He changed the game for defensemen. One of the highest scoring defensemen of all time. He moved the puck. He could take the puck from end to end and score. Bobby Orr was an icon well before Larry Bird was in this town.
Not the icon. Tell him, Ray.
It's not the icon.
Fuck off, Ray. You don't even know who Bobby Orr is, you piece of shit.
Yeah,
He's
he was a
Googling
defenseman.
right now.
He was a defenseman, number 4 for the Boston Bruins. He has a statue out in front of the Garden.
One of the most most famous pictures of all time. When he's
One of the most
St. Louis.
overrated plays that someone took a picture
I
of. of all
100%
time.
agree. 100% agree because he scored and then they tripped him. But still, Bobby Orr though, dude, he's on my list.
All right. Hard to argue. The 70s Bruins were probably the best iteration of the Boston Bruins.
Yeah.
Bobby Orr was, like you said, could go down as the best defenseman of all time.
And he's a top 5 NHL player of all time.
Yeah.
Bobby Orr.
But they played without helmets.
And
curved sticks.
shut up, Ray.
All
You
right.
don't even know what fucking hockey is, dude. You can't answer this.
Hey,
You
Ray,
don't-
Yep.
I don't know if you're the person to be talking about curved sticks.
Yeah, limp dick.
Bobby Orr is a good pick. Right, you got anything else on Bobby Orr? Never mind. Do you have another pick that you would like to argue?
I would say, Bill Russell. I put Bill Russell at 3.
So we're going 2 Celtics. 2 Celtics.
Yeah. Bill Russell would be number.
Do you want me to just cut and paste Bill's argument over Bill Russell for you?
Exactly. Take whatever Bill said, cut it, paste it on this part. That'd be awesome.
Shut up, Ray. Put it in video and just dub my words over fucking dumbass Ray talking.
Don't fucking tell me what to do. I'm not going to do that.
And he's not gonna. Don't defend him either.
Hey,
all right?
Wait,
It's
Ray.
me and Rich doing bad cop, not you,
Ray,
you fucking
did
prick.
I ask you? Did I ask you to talk
you
to
did.
Bill for me?
Right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Look, Bill Russell has 11 championships.
He does. Player coach.
Bill Russell is a player coach. Bill?
Yeah, you're right. just put my audio here, okay?
Okay.
11-time
Okay.
champion. Fucking,
Fine,
come
yeah.
on.
Please hold.
This is where it's sponsored going, right?
Bill Russell. Bill Russell. Okay. So now I have Bill Russell, Bobby Orr, or my own pick. David Ortiz.
Wow.
Oh, we're at a stalemate here.
I'm putting David Ortiz over both of those guys, to be honest with you.
Okay.
That's for me, because baseball is baseball. David Ortiz was a DH, so he's not going to get as much credit from your baseball guys as a lot of people. But David Ortiz is Terry Francona. David Ortiz was the reason the Red Sox won. Was the reason they came back and have become the organization that they are now. And I know how long David Ortiz was with the Red Sox, but would it surprise you if I told you that David Ortiz spent 14 seasons with the Boston Red Sox? 14 seasons. Doesn't that seem long? Doesn't that seem longer than what it actually was?
Yeah.
That's a long fucking time.
He was splitting time with Jeremy Giambi and Shea Hillenbrand when they picked him up from the Twins.
Bobby Orr spent 9 seasons with the Bruins. 9.
Okay.
David Ortiz, 14. 3 championships. Arguably the greatest clutch hitter of all time. 10-time All-Star. 7-time Silver Slugger. Holds the record for most home runs in a season by a Red Sox player. The clutch hits are there's too many to count. And let us not forget 2013. This is our fucking city.
Mm-hmm.
David Ortiz is on the Rushmore.
I like that.
Tell me I'm wrong, Bill.
I debated. I like Bobby Orr at number 3, but I debated putting Ortiz on my list somewhere, either 3 or 4, over Ted Williams.
I was gonna say Ted Williams. Yeah.
Boo! I'm going to have a hard time putting any of these old-ass bastards on the list. He played in 1940. He never won a fucking championship.
Let me finish.
He served our country, though. Thank you, Ted Williams. And his brain is frozen.
In two different wars, and his head is frozen in some cryo chamber that we're going to clone him in like 100 years, and he's going to be the greatest hitter of all time.
Or the greatest pilot, or both.
Both. No, but I like – so Orr played 9, won 2 titles. So what's better, 3 and 14 or 2 and 9?
3 and 14, because one of them was an 87-year-old curse that literally an entire city thought it was an actual curse.
I agree too, but
and
at the same time, when Bobby Orr was winning his titles, we were a hockey town. Boston was a hockey town.
What do you think they were in 2004?
Not a baseball town.
Bill.
In 2004, I think they turned into a Patriots town because we just won two Super Bowls.
I would argue. I am curious to see if Boston is still a Patriots town right now. if the Patriots have if a couple bad seasons in a row, are you still going to be that much of a Patriots town? First of all, this was a Celtics town. This was a Celtics town forever.
For a while, yeah. It was also Bruins town too. So it was more of a Bruins
But it was
town
a
than
baseball.
it was more of a Bruins town than it was for Celtics town. You know why? Because Boston notoriously hates black people. So basketball was never traditionally.
Bullshit. They like when
Rich, I'm not kidding.
in its roots, it's a baseball town. In its fucking core roots, it's a baseball town, and it still is a fucking baseball town, even with the game sucking as bad as it is, and with ownership being as flimsy and floozy as they are. It's still honest. The Red Sox still garnish fucking crazy amounts of attention. It's still a ton of baseball in the city of Boston. So in 2004, for David Ortiz to come up with clutch hit after clutch hit after clutch hit, watching them come back from 0-3 to the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
And beat them in Game 7 of the ALCS. David Ortiz is the city's fucking hero. In the 1970s, the Boston Bruins were big bad Bruins, and they were fucking awesome. But they weren't shooting an 87-year-old monkey off their back. They were just fucking good and fun to watch, and they won. David Ortiz literally hit a fucking single that saved a city's suicide rate by however many points you want to call it.
It was a home run at first. It wasn't the single. The single was second. He hit the home run first.
They all matter, Bill. They all matter.
You know who matters? Your mom was matter. It was great to see her today.
Wasn't it?
It was great. It was great to hear her voice. Ray, no one asked you.
Ray.
Yep.
Do you have a thought on David Ortiz versus your pick, Bill Russell? And let me remind you again, Bobby Orr was a defenseman in the 70s. He played
I
for
know
the
who that
Boston
was.
Bruins.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
But how would
put
you?
David
if you-
Ortiz or Bill Russell?
Bill Russell.
Idiot.
How would you not go Bill Russell? Bill. I mean,
Well, I just told you how, Ray. I just told you how, Bill. Did I not just tell him how?
Yeah, you fucking moron. Can you not listen? You just got new sound-canceling headphones, and you can't fucking listen to what we're saying?
I'm just saying he won 11 championships. David Ortiz won 4.
Oh, look at this, Rich. The first time he's talking to the mic the whole night. You
And
hear
what's he
that?
saying? He's repeating exactly what you
What we
said
just said.
after he
Exactly.
argued against what you said.
I didn't think he should have
Exactly.
been 2. I think Larry Bird should have been number 2. That's what I'm saying.
Well, clearly,
Then Bill Russell.
Clearly, he's the number 2 after Brady.
Because clearly we're going with these Mount Rushmores by ranks. Brady would obviously be number 1. Bird number 2. I think. Russell
Does
would be number
David
3.
Ortiz get number 4 for you?
No.
Who's number 4?
Drafted in 1979, number 77 in your programs, Raymond Bork.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Are you for real?
Yeah.
You're putting Ray Bork over Bobby Orr. That's how you're
Yeah.
so fucking dumb. You
Played
are so
21
fucking
years.
dumb.
Ray,
You're
you
Bruins.
You
so
hairy
fucking
fucking
dumb.
troll. You idiot.
You're just
Come
troll,
on.
dude. Bobby Orr is the fucking top 5 greatest player of all time. Ask anybody that knows anything about fucking hockey. Bobby Orr is up there.
So if you ask people nowadays who is a
Rich,
Boston
do me a favor. Mute this fucking cunt real quick so we can have a sensible conversation about how he's dumb.
I want to
Jesus Christ.
hear what his simple mind has
growing
to
up,
say.
who would you idolize as a Bruin when you were growing up?
Adam Oates.
Oh,
Cam Neely.
No, Cam Neely. Cam Neely is the guy. Yeah, of course.
Seabass.
and how long did he play? He didn't have a very long season or a career.
Yeah, but even when I was
Ray
fucking,
Bork did. He
even
had
when I was
he
10
played
years old, I
21
knew who
years here.
fucking Bobby Orr was.
Yeah,
when I
because
was
you
10
guys are
years old.
sports fans. If you asked a normal person that's not a sports fan,
Well, it's a sports show, Ray.
Yeah, you fucking idiot. Ask a Bostonian who's the best Bruin of all time. You know who number 1 would be? Bobby fucking Orr.
all right.
Have you ever seen a sports show, Ray?
Yeah, I have.
Seriously. Have you ever can you watch hockey? Can you just fucking learn
No,
the
you
history of
can't
the Boston
because
Bruins?
this COVID.
Can you
shit
turn
right now.
off the MLS for 1
Oh.
second? Can you
Oh,
turn off
baby.
YouTube MLS highlights for 1 second and
Don't rush
learn
go.
something from me?
I was almost gonna go Taylor Twellman here, but I didn't want to fuck you guys up.
God. Rich, how easy it is to kick someone out of this Zoom? Because if you did Taylor 12, who's the big ginger? Wouldn't you go him?
Alexi Lawless,
Exactly. Why wouldn't you go him before Taylor Twellman?
because Taylor Twellman was been here forever.
So
And
was Alexi Lawless.
But Taylor Twellman's the guy that went to the 4 MLS Cups and lost all 4 of them.
He's our Jim Kelly.
Was
Yeah,
he
he's
married to
such a villain.
Lucy Lawless?
No.
Do you think
no.
Jim Kelly is on the Mount Rushmore of Buffalo Bills? Of course he is.
Absolutely.
What a
He's
fucking
number one.
terrible franchise.
He's number one.
That's like Carly Screpsey being on our Mount Rushmore list.
I know. In the same vein is Ted Williams. I mean, come on. I know arguably the greatest hitter of all time, but you're playing in a different era. I bet you Yaz is as good a baseball player as Ted Williams. Triple Crown winner, hitting 367, what did he hit? 326, 444 home runs, 121 RBIs in 1967. You put Yaz in 1945, I bet he's fucking cleaning up.
He could, but I mean, Ted Williams, 19-time All-Star, and he fought 2 World Wars. He won the Triple Crown twice. He had 406. He hit over 400 more than once. I think 3 times he hit over 400.
I get it. Calling Yaz as good a hitter as Ted Williams is a stretch, but
Yaz also played like 30 years with us.
Not to take into account the eras, I think is a little bit foolish.
Yeah, but that's the problem, Rich. It's so like what we're trying to do is Mount Rushmore. So we're trying to compare eras from like look what we just did with the coaches. I said Red, you said Bill. We're compared now to 50 years ago. So
because
that's
I
what
think,
we're doing with players too, right?
Because
so
I
it's
think
so hard to decipher.
Because but I think that the way that they're molded together or the way that you can compare them is impact.
Yeah,
and what it meant.
I agree.
And
okay.
that to me, that's why Ortiz is so high for me. For me, that's why Ortiz gets that.
But I couldn't go. I could not. The only thing I would take Ortiz over Ted is because of the titles, because of the 3 World Series.
Of course, but that's huge. But also, look, Ortiz also has the titles, but he also has the hits. He also has some records, and he also has a ton of tenure, and he also has a legitimate cornerstone as a Boston Red Sox. Like, he wasn't just a guy that played here. He is considered a Boston Red Sox through and through. They named a fucking street after him, right?
Yeah.
So, like, when you're talking about impact, that's why you have credence with Bobby Orr. That's what, and that's why Bill Russell is Bill Russell, because Bill Russell is a fucking Boston Celtic. When someone says the name Bill Russell, and no matter who they are, if they know anything about him, they know that he's a Boston Celtic, right? Yeah. And I think that's where you can bridge the gaps between eras, is the impact and how they've affected that organization and the city through that organization.
Yeah.
So that's the way I do it. So hold on. So we have gone off the rails, officially gone off the rails. I'm blaming it on Ray. So undoubtedly we have Brady. Let's not do order. Let's not do order. Let's just get 4. Okay. Let's get 4 on the board. So we got Brady. We can. Is everyone in agreement that Ortiz is at least on there? I know that Ray came back with his Ray Bork take, but we can just mute him.
Rich, I think when we talked about this, Thursday night, I had Ortiz on my list. I'm still going Ortiz on my list over Ted Williams. And again, the titles were one of the driving factors, but I think overall impact to the game in this city Ortiz was more impactful to this city. I guess we didn't see what the 40s were when Ted was playing, but his overall impactfulness, and you just referenced it, the 2013, this is our fucking city.
Yep.
Is Ted Williams doing that?
Maybe, probably.
Is Ted Williams the greatest Red Sox of all time? Yes, in my opinion. Does he go on this list over Ortiz? No.
He doesn't have the impact. He doesn't have the impact.
And again, and titles and then impact to the city is what we were talking about. You got to go Ortiz. So we're talking Brady.
Okay, so then we got Brady, Ortiz, fuck Ray, Bird,
Bill Russell.
Ray, are you coming around with Bird? I mean, Bill, somewhere. You're putting. So hold on. So hold on.
First of all, can I start you?
No, shut the fuck up, Ray. Bill, can you tell this guy to shut up?
It's so hard trying to have a fucking sports show with only 2 people that have brains.
It's so hard trying to have a conversation with Ray in general.
A third person
I think he was going to ask about how to make Kool-Aid or something.
Yeah.
We skip Bird. Bird's got to be on the list. Come on. I put Bird over Ortiz.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He was the icon of the city. Ray.
I find it hard to go over Russell.
Never mind. Hold on.
We could keep Bird on, but fuck.
Okay, too slow.
I like Russell on merit just because of the titles and all that. But I mean, more lovable, Larry Bird. So I'll go Larry Bird.
It's very hard for us to get in the mindset of the 1960s and what Bill Russell was. And did the NBA and professional sports mean as much to people in the 1960s as it did in the 1980s or does it now? No. Answer is no. Professional sports is a gigantic economy booster. They are celebrities. They become fucking congressmen and shit. Like it's a much bigger deal now than it was in the 60s. The one thing that Bill Russell has is titles. So to me, that's not enough to kind of push him over the edge. Ray, I would like to get a little bit from you. Do you have anything to say?
Well, all I was going to say is that for my list, it's Brady, Bird, Russell, Bork. For Bill, it's Brady, Russell, or Ortiz. So who's your fourth there, Rich?
Well, we didn't get the fucking fourth, Ray.
Jesus Christ.
Did I ask you for your fourth, Ray? Did I ask you for your fourth?
You did.
Oh,
Jesus.
God. Oh, my fucking God. I'm so sick of you ruining podcasts, Ray.
Did I ask?
It was like when Richard and Ingrid were driving to Denver, and she ruined the opening when it was supposed to be a Friday. This is what you just did to this podcast.
Did I ask you to fast forward and skip ahead to the end of this? No. I just asked if you had something to say, and you decided to say the dumbest thing you could possibly say.
Sorry. I had to have my son go brush his teeth and go to the bathroom.
Well, good for you. You're a good father and a fat dude. And your Ray Bork as the fourth guy on the Mount Rushmore is going to have to be null and void. It's just going to have to be muted from this, and that's okay. That's okay. Hey, Ray, hold on. Bill, hold on. Ray, go Bees.
Go Bees. The point about putting Bird over Russell is the iconness. Is you remember when they drafted Russell, they were burning crosses on his lawn. They were leaving like flaming bags of shit on his doorstep. When he retired, I don't think he came back for 30 years. Larry Bird loves this city. So I think like impactfulness, if we're going impactfulness to the city of Boston as a whole at the time, this is why we do Larry over Russell. So, all right, you swayed my decision. If we're taking outside of titles, Larry was more impactful to me. Now, Ray,
we want to talk about Bill has Brady, Bird, or Ortiz. You have Brady, Bird, Ortiz. Who's your third?
I already told you. Brady, Bird, Russell, Bork.
Sorry. Brady, Bird, Russell.
Hold
Bork.
on. Ray. Oh, God. Ray.
I have not given you my fourth. I have Brady, Larry Bird, David Ortiz, Bill Russell.
I can't leave out Bobby Orr. I just can't do it.
But hold on. Let me tell you why I feel like Bill Russell should be on the Mount Rushmore.
You guys are
11 championships.
Just take whatever Bill said in the first part.
Just take whatever I said and just repeat it to you. You fucking
11 championships. He was a player coach. In the 1960s, they were burning crosses on his.
Oh my God, you guys are so fucking stupid.
I guess this is why open forums don't work that well.
Yeah. But we're not re-recording this because this is fire audio.
Oh, wait, we're recording? Oh, okay.
Thank God, because I don't know if I could recreate the bad cop that we're doing on Ray right now.
I'm sorry about that, Ray. We really fucked you up this podcast. Do you have anything you'd like to add? Do you want to take back your Ray Bork take and just let the people know that you were fucking with Bill?
No, I'm fucking going Ray Bork.
You can't go Ray Bork over Bobby Orr, dude.
Yes, I
Come
can.
on. How many
21
how many Stanley Cup championships
One.
did he win in Boston? Not
Oh,
how many
none.
Stanley Cup championships did they
To be
bring,
fair,
did
though,
they
the
bring
cup
to
did
Boston?
come to Boston.
They-
It was in Boston.
That's what I just said. How many times did they bring it to Boston?
But that's how big of a guy he was in
Ray
Boston.
Bork
They
could
actually had
shove
a
that Stanley Cup up his
parade
ass,
up his ear.
and then he could pull it out and fucking pink sock it, okay? Fuck him. I hope that pink sock comes right out with the Stanley Cup. You know what a pink sock is?
No, do tell.
Well, I know. Tell the listeners.
Yeah.
It's when your asshole comes out of your ass. It looks like a pink sock. So he can take his fucking Stanley Cup and shove it up his balloon knot. Fuck Ray Bork.
Had to know that was coming. Had to know that was coming. Okay, I'm glad we've come to a consensus on our players, Mount Rushmore. Clearly, we're all decided, and it's settled. It's
Well, we could have did a draft.
Brady, Bird. See you next week. This was the Simple Mind Sports Show and our Mount Rushmore of Boston sports athletes and the Mount Rushmore of Boston sport coaches. Thanks for tuning in. Fucking Ray Bork.